ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to Weston Racing and welcome back to another episode of Monster Truck Diecast News Weekly. I have been working behind the scenes on some interesting stuff recently, hence why we've had no unboxings for the last couple of weeks. Been working on some bigger videos, but I've also been working on some stuff for 2026 here on the channel. One of my plans for 2026, and I will talk about this later on in a video that I am planning on doing for my 2025 year in review. I'll talk about this there. But I am going to try and take a more professional approach to Weston Racing in the future. So it's going to be less focused on the community, and this channel is going to be more focused on actual factual information. So that way you can come to this video, to my new series, or you can come to my unboxings, and it'll be more focused on the diecast rather than myself or the community. That's my goal. Because of this new change that is coming in, the Diecast News series is going to see some insane changes in 2026. Number one, the videos are going to be way shorter. However, they're going to have the same amount of information in them. My goal is, again, because I want the series to be more focused on the actual diecast, the plan is that these videos are going to be a lot more professionally made with the purpose of allowing you guys to have a quick and easy way to access information. So my opinions are not going to be as prominent in the videos. It's not going to be as community focused from now on. So certain things like, for example, I'm going to tell you all right now, the hot drops section of the video is going to be removed. That's not going to be a thing in 2026. We're going to be replacing it with a new series called The Fact Check, where it's going to look back on the previous week, and if there's anything we got wrong, we'll correct it. That's basically what it's going to be. But yeah, I thought I'd let you all know that. Because like I said, I've been working on that. I've been working on some other stuff as well. I'm thinking about doing a Q&A video at the end of the year. And so I've been working on that. It's been a lot. I've been changing things up, working on my new YouTube intro for next year, just crazy stuff. With all of that being said, though, let's stick to the present here and take a look at all of the new diecast news. Now, these last couple of weeks have been really fascinating for diecast news because of the fact that a couple weeks ago we had basically the rest of 2025 dropped on us all at once for Spin Master Monster Jam. Pretty much everything was just accumulated all at once, which was kind of nuts. We got to see all of that crazy new double packs, the Crash and Bash trucks for Series 3. We got to see new 124s, new minis, all sorts of crazy stuff, which was insane to see all at once. On top of all that, last week we got to see the first few items of 2026 for Spin Master Monster Jam. And almost like clockwork, this week we are going to be taking a look at the first few items for 2026 for Hot Wheels monster trucks. So we finally have pictures of these items. And what's really exciting is I can tell you all right now, a bunch of the items that we're going to be showing off and talking about today, I can guarantee none of you have seen before. They're pretty cool new items. And also very interesting. There's a lot of interesting things that I noticed with these new items as well that we're going to be talking about here. Each headline has its own item that I think is really interesting for a specific reason. Without further ado, though, we're going to go ahead and jump into it. We're not going to do hot drops this week. We'll bring hot drops back next week. Like I said, this week I just wanted to tell you the hot drops is going away, and there's going to be quite a few reasons as to why, but we'll cover that in the future. So without further ado, everybody, let's go ahead and get into the headlines, where we take a look at all of the brand new diecast news. But like usual, we're going to start with the non-diecast news and go ahead and get into the big stuff here. So our first headline for the video, of course, travels over to the Monster Jam Superstore. There's only one new item this week, and it is underwear. Boxer shorts, essentially. Monster Jam boxer shorts. And as you can see here, they feature collages of the Monster Jam trucks, as well as this one that features a dust cloud in the back. Interesting, but it is a new item on the Superstore, so I had to cover it. So if you think those are cool, then you know they exist. Now, I think they're youth sizes, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, if you're an adult and you're looking for Monster Jam underwear, tough luck, they don't have it, apparently. But maybe they'll make some in the future if there's a high enough demand for it. So yeah, there's that. Let's go ahead and jump over to the next. In 2025, a hot spot for Monster Jam diecast has been Ross Dress for Less, which is really fascinating because in the past, I haven't really heard of Ross being that good of a place to go find trucks, but this year it's actually been really good, which is interesting. Needless to say, though, there's been a couple of new Monster Jam items that have been found at Ross recently, and we're going to be talking about them here. They are tabletop games. That is right. Currently Ross exclusive Monster Jam tabletop games. To start off, we have a Fire and Ice air hockey table, which is really freaking cool. I just love the idea of like Monster Jam themed items. It's kind of like that whole Spaceballs idea of like having a flamethrower or a lunchbox, just all sorts of crazy Monster Jam items. And here we have an air hockey table now, Fire and Ice air hockey table. So that's pretty cool. And then if that's not quite your style and you're more like me, we also have a Monster Jam foosball table, which also, no, this one is not Fire and Ice themed. I find it interesting they went for purple and orange, I guess for Gravedigger and El Toro Loco. But yeah, Monster Jam foosball table. If you ever thought that you needed that, you now have a way to get one, which I think is pretty cool. So there you go, everybody. Those are the new game tables from Ross. Let's go ahead and get into the Diecast news. And we're going to go ahead and kick off the Diecast news with a headline that people have been asking me to cover for weeks now. These pictures, at least 3 of these 5 pictures, have been floating around the internet. Well, 4. One of them hasn't, hence the reason why I haven't done this yet. But these pictures have been flying around the internet and have been making waves basically everywhere. This has been covered by multiple Instagram news sources as well as on Facebook. And today we're now going to finally cover the full case, because for the first time ever, you are going to see the full Case A 2026 Hot Wheels Monster Trucks assortment. And I emphasize full because nobody has really covered all 5 trucks together as one. I've only seen people cover at most 3, but now we're going to have all 5 together as one. So let's go ahead and get into it. We have in this new wave, like usual, because there's no treasure hunt, we have 5 new trucks, 3 are brand new paint schemes, 2 are brand new identities. So let's go ahead and hop into the first one, which is Piranha. Weirdly enough, number 6 of 6 for the Beast Bashers, which is really fascinating. But as you can see here, it seems to be a red paint scheme on the Piranha. Cool to see them doing new paint schemes on Piranha. That is very fascinating. And what I would also like to point out about this specific release as well is that it is, like I said, it's very interesting that this is number 6 of 6 for the Beast Bashers. This is the first release of the Beast Bashers for the year, which is really fascinating. So I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, there you go. That's Piranha rocking a new paint scheme. Also in the world of new paint schemes, we have the truck that was giving me the most trouble, and the whole reason why I have not covered these yet, the Mercedes-Benz Unimog for the Crash Legends collection. This photo is a bit blurry, I apologize. But yeah, as you can see, this is the one that's been holding us up, and why I haven't covered these yet is because I could not find a picture of this truck to save my life, and now I finally have a picture of it. So this is the Mercedes-Benz Unimog rocking a new green paint scheme. I think it looks pretty cool. I like the fact that all of the Unimog paint schemes kind of stay the same style. Like, if I could do it, I would put all 4 of them on screen, counting this one, and you could see that like all of the Unimogs have had roughly the same style of paint scheme across their existence. Actually, I think there's 5 Unimogs in total, but my point still stands. They all kind of look similar, which I think is really neat. So there's that. There was the one that made the biggest headline, because this one is obviously for Hot Wheels collectors going to be a hard one to find for everyone, because again, it's going to be a sought-after vehicle. It is the new Nissan Skyline for the Freestyle Wreckers, rocking a brand new Nismo paint scheme. I really do like the paint scheme on this. Not a fan of the truck in general. I always thought the Nissan Skyline truck was really ugly, but the new paint scheme on this is really cool. Again, blurry picture, I apologize, but still really awesome. And then going into our new identities for the case, we have our first one here, which both of these new identities are really awesome. I want to point that out. And the first one is a new food truck by the name of Monster Clucks. It is for the Snack Pack collection, and as you can see, it is meant to be a spicy chicken truck. I gotta say, I love the way this looks. I think it is an absolutely great looking truck. I love the paint scheme on it as well. I love the fact that they went for a matte black paint scheme rather than a standard gloss. And I really like that. It makes the black look a lot more impactful, almost like tarmac. It looks like tarmac as opposed to paint, which I think is really cool. And as you can see, you got a flexing rooster on the side of the truck. You got the flames with the chicken wings and everything. I think this truck looks awesome. I can't wait to get this one. Dare I say the truck looks awesome? That was stupid. All right, let's go to the next one. The final new truck and the final one we're going to talk about for Case A 2026 is this guy right here for the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Back to Basics series, now just called the Back to Basics series. We have Wave Wrecker, which is a boat. That is right. Monster trucks have terrorized the land. They have made their way to the sky with airplane mode, and now they're taking to the sea with Wave Wrecker. This thing looks awesome. I actually really like this truck, and I cannot wait to get this in my collection. Don't want to say it's truck of the year already, but it's a good contender. I like already Case A, the Monster Clux and Wave Wrecker, already two of my favorite trucks that Hot Wheels has shown off recently. And I think this is awesome. So yeah, that is the full set right there. There's that. That's Case A 2026, but we are not done for Hot Wheels Monster Trucks. Oh, we are not even remotely close to done for Hot Wheels Monster Trucks. If you think that's it, you're out of your mind. We got way more to cover. Let's go ahead and jump into the next headline. A while back on my Instagram account for the Hot Wheels, or for the Monster Truck Diecast News Weekly Instagram account, you guys may have saw me post a story saying that in 2026, the Monster Trucks color shifters are going to have a new package design. Actually, across the board in general, all Hot Wheels color shifters are going to have a new package design. But it was made big news because the Monster Trucks have that new package design, and I got to say, it looked really cool. However, the truck that we got to see was totaled, which was the final color shifter of 2025. And yes, it is official, that was the final one, because as I figured, Bigfoot was actually part of the 5 color shifters. That one technically did count as a new one since it was its first ever singles release. So Bigfoot, Mega Rex, Motosaurus, Ramblin' Wrecker, and Totaled are your 5 2025 color shifters. And today we're going to look at the first 2026 color shifter. And when I tell you that it is an identity that I was not expecting to appear in the color shifters line, I'd be telling the truth, because this caught me off guard. I was not expecting this. From the Sharks and Dinos collection, this truck has now shown that it is going to be appearing elsewhere, introducing Great Bite into the color shifters line, featuring, I think this is its hot water appearance. It has a yellow body with red scratch marks or red cuts across it. Very violent paint scheme, honestly, but still, it is really interesting to see this truck outside the Sharks and Dinos lines. And in the color shifters line too, that's really fascinating. So your first 2026 color shifter is Great Bite. Me personally, I'm not that big of a fan of it. It is still interesting to see this truck. And it makes me wonder if our second one's going to be Rageosaur, if they're going to go ahead and do both of them. And then does that imply that over in the glow-in-the-dark trucks, are we also going to get Great Bite and Rageosaur? We will have to wait and see. But yeah, it would appear that the Sharks and Dinos trucks are not dead with that series. They are going to continue on in the line, which is neat to see. So yeah, there you go. That's your new color shifter. Let's go ahead and jump into our next headline. One of probably the most forgettable series that Hot Wheels does is called the Duos series, the Monster Duos. A lot of people forget that this series exists because after the first couple of releases, they started to get really boring and repetitive. But we are here today with the first wave, or Case A, of the Monster Duos for 2026. And this set is really fascinating. They are sticking with the 8 truck car pairs per case. So we have 8 trucks and 8 cars here. But what's really fascinating is that we only have 1 car in this set. The other 7 are all crush cars, which is really cool and interesting. So yeah, a lot of re-releases here. I think looking at this from a glance here, there's only 2 new pairs in this set, and we'll cover those last. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Your first one is 5 Alarm and Night Shifter. Night Shifter running the police livery again. This is not a new duo. We've seen this before. So there's that. As for the crush cars, let's just go ahead and jump right into them. We have Speed Bump and 5 Alarm, and that is the gold 5 Alarm that only got a one-time mainline release, so not exactly an easy-to-find 5 Alarm. And as you can see, it comes with the standard orange Speed Bump. We have the Neon Roger Dodger, which is becoming a more common truck to find, with, weirdly enough, orange Speed Bump. I don't know what that's all about, having the same car twice there. That's really weird. But that's not the only time that happens, because you'll see here in a second. Next up, we have the Blue Scorpedo. Again, not exactly an easy truck to find, matched with a just standard blue flat iron. Okay. Next up, we have the Monster, or the Pest Control Totaled, which is becoming a more common truck to find, matched with that livery, the like Biohazard or Crash Test livery for the Blindsided, which is, I will tell you right now, not an easy crush car to find. So if you come across that one, know that that is not an easy crush car to come across. So that's really cool there. Then we have Battle Damaged Race Ace, which is, again, becoming a more common truck, which I find really weird because, I don't know. I find it weird because it seems like they're taking trucks that were once like mainline or double packs exclusive trucks and turning them into duo series exclusive trucks, which is really strange. The car you get with this one is the red sudden stop. And then one of our new pairings is Slam Pre with, again, the same red sudden stop, which is really fascinating. So Slam Pre making a return with the original livery. If you like that truck, you now got a new chance to get it in case you missed it. And on top of that, got that red sudden stop. And then the final new pairing and the final set for this new case is Airplane Mode and the green 68 flat iron. So yeah, if you missed one of the first two releases of Airplane Mode, here is now your third chance to get that new Airplane Mode truck. And like I said, it's probably going to pair up really well with the new Wave Wrecker. But yeah, that is the new set of duos. And I'm going to be dead honest with all of you, kind of disappointing here. We only got two new sets here. We only have one actual car pair. The rest are all crush cars. And then, like I said, we got the same speed bump appearing twice and the same sudden stop appearing twice. Very weird choices. I don't know. Like I said, this is a pretty lame set of the duos right here. I'm not going to lie. So anyway, there is that. We're going to go ahead and jump into the next headline. And if you thought this was weird, wait until you see this next headline because this is bizarre. 2 packs. Just like Spin Master Monster Jam, not only did we get to see our first wave of the singles, we're also going to get to see our first wave of the doubles here. So here you go, everybody. Case A of the Demolition doubles for 2026 has been revealed. And like I said, get ready because this is weird. I'm going to tell you all right now, there's a couple different things that need to be pointed out here. I'm going to tell you all right now, the first one that you guys are going to notice, there is not a single re-released duo. Every duo in this new case is new. And what I mean by that is every single pair that you're about to see has never been done before. This is really weird. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it with our first one and probably the most basic one, Bone Shaker and 5 Alarm. What's interesting about this set is that it does appear to be the Bone Shaker without the roof decal, which is really fascinating. To see them doing a Bone Shaker without a roof decal in 2026 is really, really weird. But to be fair, a couple years ago, we did get to see the OG 5 Alarm paint scheme make a return with Gunkster, and that was really weird as well. So yeah, there's that duo, probably the most basic one. Next up, we have Lil Holland 64 paired up with the Totally Tuned Totaled. So if you missed the Totally Tuned Totaled, now's your chance to get it again. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember, but I think this truck was actually voted the best Totally Tuned truck of 2025 in my preliminary polls that I did for the awards show. I'm redoing how I'm going to do that, by the way, and you'll see that in the future. But my point is that to my knowledge, I think the Totaled there was voted the fan favorite of the Totally Tuned series, and you now have a chance to get this truck again. So that's really cool. Lil Holland 64 was also pretty exciting because you could put a Hot Wheels car or a Monster Jam Mini in the back of it. And so that truck is back as well. All in all, pretty good double pack right there. That one's good. Next up, we have Twin Mill and Roger Dodger. Now, this one's really fascinating because of the Twin Mill. Now, I did have to look really close to see if it was the case that I thought it was. Yes, this is the Duos pack Twin Mill, the red one from the Duos pack. I don't know why that's getting a doubles pack release. This is really fascinating. And then, of course, you got the classic blue Roger Dodger as well. Who doesn't love the good old Roger Dodger? Very cool, based off of that Hot Wheels car that's worth like $8,000 if you own it. I own the replica that's only worth like a couple. I think it's I have a replica of the original blue Roger Dodger. I think if I'm not mistaken, it was a toy show exclusive. I think it's like $100. I could be wrong. But yeah, I don't have the $8,000 one, but I still have an expensive Roger Dodger in my collection. I'm very proud of it because I love Roger Dodger and I think it's a cool car. So there's that. Now, you guys may remember that we just got SpongeBob and Patrick as a duo pack in Case E of 2025. Well, now we have SpongeBob and Plankton as a double pack as well. I'm not going to lie, kind of disappointed with this one. They should have done Mr. Krabs and Plankton. I don't know why they did SpongeBob and Plankton, honestly. Yeah, kind of disappointed. Really wish they would have done Mr. Krabs and Plankton. That duo would have made a lot more sense personally. But yeah, there's that one. Cool to see Plankton returning again. If you missed that truck originally, you got a new chance to get it. So there's that one. Now, these next two here have brand new, never before seen liveries. We have Slam Pre versus the Dodge Charger RT. And as you can see, this set is really good. We have the double pack exclusive Dodge Charger RT that has not been produced in at least 4 years coming back, as well as a brand new livery for Slam Pre. This is going to be a hot double pack right here. I know this one's not going to stay on the shelves for very long. That is a great setup right there. Like I said, you got a brand new, never before seen truck with a really hard to find truck. That's a good double pack. That's good. And this next one, maybe not going to be as good as the Slam Pre one, but in my opinion, this is my favorite double pack of the set. Rhinomite versus Lion's Share. Lion's Share was originally a Target exclusive 5-pack truck. It then was re-released in the Monster Duos line and has now made its third release in the double packs here. What is going to be interesting about this release of Lion's Share is we're going to have to look and see if it has a filled-in back window, because the two previous releases do not. Meaning, this could be a brand new, never-before-seen release of Lion's Share, and therefore technically a variant of the truck, making it exclusive to this double pack. On the flip side of things, the elephant in the room, or rather the large rhino in the room, Rhinomite, the brand new addition to the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Tour, now has a battle-damaged version, and it looks good. It's got these like gold parts to it. It's not really gold, it's yellow, but it's got yellow horns, a yellow roll cage, yellow eyes, and the teeth are all rotted looking. The whole truck is covered in mud. This is really cool. To get a new battle damaged truck is actually really neat, since we just saw Race Ace getting a re-release twice now, and then Mega Rex and Tiger Shark just made their reappearance in the new double pack. This is huge. Like, this is actually really, really cool that this truck is coming back, or that they're doing a new battle damage truck, and it's Rhinomite. And like I said, the Rhinomite looks really good. All right, so there's that. And let's address the elephant in the room, because I know you all noticed it. There are 6 double packs that we just showed off. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, you showed off both Case A and Case B. You doofus. Talk about being a reliable news source, you moron. No. There is actually 6 double packs in this case. That is a first. No joke, that is a first. I don't think, unless you count the Then and Now series back in Monster Jam, this is the first time Hot Wheels has ever done 6 sets in one case of double packs. Very interesting. I don't know why they did this, but this is really wild. Is this going to be a thing they're going to be doing from now on, where maybe they're only going to do 3 cases of double packs per year and it's going to be 6 sets per case? We're going to have to wait and see. But yeah, very fascinating that we have 6 different double packs in one. And on top of that, they're all new, never before seen double packs. That is also really fascinating. So yeah, me personally, out of all of these, I'm going to pick up the Slam Pre and the Rhinomite set. And that's about all I need out of here. I can guarantee you guys are probably going to be going crazy for a couple of these, excuse me. But yeah, the Rhinomite Lion's Share, as well as the Slam Pre and Dodge Charger sets, those are going to be sought after. I have a feeling those will not be sitting on the shelf for long. So yeah, there is that, everybody. That is the final Hot Wheels headline we have. We have one Speedmaster headline, and this one is actually really fascinating for a very goofy reason. Rather than wasting your time, let's go ahead and get right into it. We have new 1/72nd scale play sets from Monster Jam. I am not kidding. You know, at first I thought these were just repackages of the original one, until I realized that the Megalodon one did not get re-released. No, these are actually brand new 1/72nd scale. Put the Gravedigger one up on screen. As you can see, not only is it a rebox, so that way it has the new package, but on top of that, it is actually a completely different playset. It features a new launcher with, this time around, barrels, boxes, and crush cars. So basically, it's just like a wall of steel type playset, which is crazy that we get this in the 1/72nd scale line. But yeah, we have a new Gravedigger, like 5 Below playset. That I was not expecting to see. And what's even more interesting is that the other one that's coming out is El Toro Loco with a curve launcher. This one's not as interesting in my opinion, because as you can see, it looks like you launch the truck, it goes through a Jumbotron and then just does an uphill turn is all. Kind of boring, but still, it is an El Toro Loco 1/72nd scale playset. I am kind of disappointed though. I was hoping we'd get to see like a Thunder Roarus jump or a Thunder Roarus drop playset maybe in 1/72nd scale, a Sparkle Smash Bash with like a breakable RV, you know, something with the new trucks, maybe a zombie graveyard, a Dalmatian dunk tank or the dog bone, the crate full of dog bones. I don't know. I do think it's really sucky that they did another Gravedigger one, but hey, at least we got an El Toro Loco one now, and even though it's kind of boring. But yeah, that is all we have for Diecast news, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I had to cover these because I thought it was really goofy that we're getting a wave 2 of the 1/72nd scale play sets. So that is really interesting. I'll make sure to make a video on those because I did a video of the first two. In fact, I still have the first two sitting off to the side of my studio, just collecting dust. I'll make sure to do a review video of the second two here. I think that'll be really fun. But yeah, with that being said, everybody, that's all we have for Diecast news. Let's get into the real world action where we have a total of 4 trucks or 4 things that we need to cover. So let's go ahead and get in. Real world action where we take a look at all of the brand new real world monster trucks and liveries that have debuted recently. I started this series just because there was one weekend that I decided, I was like, man, there's a lot of new monster trucks. It'd be really cool to like cover them and just be like, look at this new paint scheme. What do you guys think about this? And then it ended up becoming a permanent feature of the series, which was not directly intended, but I'm kind of glad it did because I do like looking at all the new trucks. I think it's pretty cool. Well, today we have a brand new, never before seen truck with 2 new paint schemes. And then I have an update that I want to talk about that I think is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get into that, shall we? Our first new one that we're going to talk about here is one that I should have covered last week, but I forgot to. And that is a new Australian truck by the name of Stress Factor, the Legend. This one is pretty cool because I know what you're thinking. Well, this isn't a new truck. It actually is. It's kind of the same argument that Gravedigger, the Legend, and Gravedigger are not the same truck. Same argument here. This is Stress Factor, the Legend. The whole gimmick behind this truck is that it is meant to be an homage to the original Stress Factor driver as well as the original Stress Factor truck, but it's a new revitalized and redesigned version, kind of like Buffalo Trimmer 2, Nightlife 2, High Roller 3. It's kind of like how those trucks are not the same as the original versions, but they are technically the same name kind of thing. That's what this is. It's basically the new Stress Factor truck, and it looks good. I like it. When I looked at this, I immediately thought of like Aftershock and Hurricane Force. And I just was like, oh man, there's just something about monster trucks that just have colorful graphic paint schemes. And then you just got a cool name on the side. I've always loved that. Very, very cool looking truck. I like this a lot. Very nice. All right. Our next one here is one that I should have covered, but completely forgot to somehow. This is not a new truck by any means. This paint scheme is also not new either, but I wanted to cover it because I completely forgot to earlier this year when it ran in Monster Jam, and that is the Rod Ryan Show. The truck debuted a new paint scheme back in like March or April, and I completely forgot to cover it. Actually, it's not that I forgot to cover it, it's that we just weren't doing real world action yet on the channel. So yeah, now we're covering it because the truck did make its return recently, and as you can see, it is currently, in this picture, it is sitting on the chassis for Shell Shocked. And yeah, very cool that anytime they go back to this event location, they have the Rod Ryan Show running. And I always love the fact that the Rod Ryan Show truck is, it's simple, but it's cool. I love the fact that they do a fun paint scheme. It's obviously dedicated to 94.5 and the local radio station with the Rod Ryan Show. It's cool. I've always liked this truck. I will say though, it is really weird to me we've never gotten a diecast to this truck. This truck has been around for years, like a decade plus. And we've never gotten a diecast to this truck. Even as like a Superstore exclusive, I still find it really weird there's never been a diecast. The fact, if you really think about it, the Rod Ryan Show might unironically be, as of right now, the longest running partnership that Monster Jam has, which is kind of crazy to think about for a lot of reasons. But yeah, that's pretty cool, seeing the truck back. And I found out in the process of researching this video that Zach Garner and Wildside will be campaigning the Rod Ryan Show next year, apparently with a new paint scheme. So that'll be cool. We'll cover that when that happens. I also forgot to mention that Australian truck we looked at a while back, that same team is going to be debuting a new identity here soon called Earth Eater, and it is an alien-themed truck. So again, we'll cover that when it comes out. Also on the same topic, we're waiting for Mixed Up, the cement mixer truck, to debut. We'll cover that when that happens too. All right. And then at the same Monster Jam show where the Rod Ryan reappeared, we had something very interesting. Mayhem debuted a new sponsorship design. And I'm going to be dead honest, and this may come across as mean or maybe even a hot take. I hate this. I think this looks ugly. And the reason why I think it looks ugly is because it's Mayhem. If they would have done any other truck, like even Avenger, I wouldn't care. But because this is Mayhem, this looks ridiculous. Like Mayhem was the Chevelle that has never run a pickup truck paint scheme before. And now not only is it running a pickup truck paint scheme, the color scheme isn't even the like what Mayhem normally runs. I am really not a fan of this. I think this thing is ridiculous looking. There's that. That's all I wanted to cover there. And then the final thing we're going to talk about for today's video is that Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live is doing a Halloween event. Here is the official poster for the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Halloween event. And it is going to be really interesting because we do have limited information on this, but it sounds as though the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks will be done up with Halloween liveries and decorations. As you can see with Tiger Shark in the picture, it has jack-o'-lanterns in its mouth, it has cobwebs all over, and it has skulls on the side of it. So if this is the case and that all of the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live trucks are going to be receiving spooky paint schemes, I'm wondering if this might be a hint at a possible Diecast line coming in 2026, a haunted monster truck series where we get like this spooky looking Tiger Shark, maybe like a witch's brew gunkster, things like that. Kind of like how Monster Jam does a Halloween truck every year. Hot Wheels could do a full Halloween series. Very cool idea. I really do think that they could do something neat with this, and I'm very curious to see what comes of this. And like I said, that's not confirmed or anything that they're doing a Halloween show, but like I said, there's a there's a lot of information saying that this is going to happen. Sorry, I was rereading the text on the poster because it was confusing me. Bring your Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Halloween look to the show. It took me a second to comprehend what that was saying. My bad. But yeah, it does appear as though they're doing a Halloween show with Halloween trucks, which I think will be really cool, and I'm really excited to see what that looks like. But with that being said, everybody, that is all we have for Diecast News this week. Yeah, like I said, these Diecast News videos in 2026 are going to be a lot more streamlined and not as much rambling, you know what I mean? So look forward to that, and I am curious to see what comes in the next couple of weeks. Like I said, I'm hoping. I've been manifesting some good stuff recently. We got all that Spin Mesh stuff, and then I said, man, it'd be really cool to see what they're doing for 2026. And then we got 2026, and I was like, man, we need a Hot Wheels episode. And then we got a Hot Wheels episode. So honestly, I'm hoping that we can see. Man, I'm really hoping we could get some insight. Maybe the new Rhinomite, get to see pictures of Rhinomite. Maybe the new Haunted Trucks. Series 3 Mud Blasters for Spin Master, a new play set for Spin Master, a $10,000 check in my mailbox would be pretty cool. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that I could manifest here, but I'll leave it up to you guys. Let me know what you're most interested to see get revealed here in the near future. Obviously, the Spin Master Christmas truck is going to be a big one, and I've heard rumors about what the Christmas truck is going to be, and personally, it sounds dumb. I'm hoping they're just rumors, though, and not true. Because, like I said, the Christmas truck this year, if what I've heard is true, it's going to be stupid. And I'm not happy about that, especially after the whole Rudolph incident of 24. I'm hoping it's not stupid this year. But yeah, that's all I got for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next Diecast unboxing video. Thank you, and good night.